I like the way these figures actually look in alt and bot mode. With my luck, I would get 6 of one figure. I can't picture it, so it's gonna be one of those things. Wait and see, because
Long time. I actually have Slapper right here, and he does not want a missile on his back. So it took me about 5 minutes to figure out what we're looking at. Those are his little thingies.
it looks like a rabid dog, more so.
Welcome back to a very different episode of Bot vs. Con. As always, I'm James the Con.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And it's a little bit of an opposite day. You could see he's wearing a Decepticon sweater, and I decided to get in the mood and found the only red article of clothing that I own. So, with that being said, let's get over a few housekeeping things. And first, I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed. If you haven't noticed already, we are over 1,000 subscribers and growing. So thank you to everybody who has decided to join us on this journey. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And lastly, a big shout out to our sponsors, The Chosen Prime. You can find a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about on there. If it's not there already, it will be on there. So go ahead and go put your pre-orders in and let us know what you get below.
Exactly.
And with that, let's dive right into it with, what's his name? Keegan-Michael Key. So he talked about what Bumblebee's going to sound like in the new Transformers 1 animated film. And pretty much he said, for playing Bumblebee, the director really wanted him to just use his own voice. He wanted the Keegan's voice. So I guess he's not going to be doing a special voice for Bumblebee. And that's going to be definitely a different type of Bumblebee. Because I always associate Bumblebee as like a kid. And I don't really see... His voice isn't like deep and like Megatron-y, but it's still not as childlike as I would expect Bumblebee to be.
I can't picture it, so it's going to be one of those things. Wait and see, because when they announced the cast, I was just kind of like, oh, that's interesting.
It could be a perfect fit. Time will have to tell.
Yes.
Yeah. Next, so Flame Toys is going to be at Wonder Festival 2023 in Beijing on the 23rd and the 24th of December. They'll be at booth number 3A-03. So it looks like they'll have some of that shattered glass Megatron that actually looks really interesting and kind of cool. And Nemesis Prime. I don't know if those are exclusives or not. I don't think so. But you can probably pick these up there. Let us know if you're there. And I put this picture on here specifically because I hope that wonderful trans Optimus Prime gets decoed in this Nemesis color.
I like that axe. I mean, that thing is glorious. So I think if it does come in the Nemesis colors, I'll probably pick that one up as well.
Yeah. So definitely.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you, for us, I should say.
For us, yes. Well, you could pick up when they do Shattered Glass. That one will all be you.
I'll get that one as well.
Lastly, we have some TFCon LA news, March 8th to 10th, as always. And Greg Berger, which is the voice of Robots in Disguise Stockade, is going to be there. So it's very interesting. I know you're very interested to see the Robots in Disguise Stockade voice actor. Is that right, Bobby?
I was trying to figure out who you were talking about because I was like, Stockade.
I had to rehearse this before. Now. Obviously, he's the voice of Grimlock and Jetfire. I think Grimlock's and Longhaul as well. But I think Grimlock's probably his biggest role. So I know you'll probably be excited to get his signature along with all the other G1 alums.
Well, the one thing I haven't made a decision on is that Roboson Grimlock. And if I pick that up, I would definitely have him sign that, especially since he lent his voice to that Grimlock as well, that Roboson Grimlock as well. So that would be very interesting to do and kind of cool to do.
Yeah, that would be. So maybe you will be able to do that. I'm sure that's probably going to be in your future, one way or the other. Next, let's get into some just announced. So the first few things are all for you, and that is the comics. So the March 2024 solicitations of Skybound, they're going to have Transformer number 6. So this is actually going to be the end of the story arc, which is why I guess Optimus is looking a little worse for wear right there. It'll be, and they said one will stand, one will fall. I thought it was one shall stand, one shall fall, but maybe I'm mistaken. And then they'll do Void Rivals number 7. So
Prime has, I swear, Prime has had the worst offings in film, cartoon, comic. It's just like, man, he can't catch a break. I mean, he always comes back,
Yeah.
but he cannot catch a break.
I've seen some of the panels of this Transformers comic, and it is brutal with the robot violence, with like ripping limbs off and beating robots with their own limbs and all that stuff. So it has me peaked. I just haven't picked them up yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. Well,
Yeah, you
that's
did.
one.
Yeah, start somewhere.
Yeah.
And next, though, they're going to be doing additional printing. So go ahead and pick them up, Bobby. There is Void Rivals number 1, the 6th printing, Void Rivals number 6, the 2nd printing, Transformers number 1, the 4th printing, number 2, the 3rd printing, number 3, 2 other 2nd printing. So there's a whole bunch of different covers. I think you're probably happy you're not into comics and don't collect every cover, because that's a lot to take into account. But yeah, I really like that RC cover. I think that's really cool.
That's kind of cool. And there's no, you can definitely say she's kicking the crap out of Rumble and Frenzy, and don't have to pick a side.
Yes, exactly. It's both of them. So let's keep moving. And this kind of caught me off guard. So these are Transformers Bumblebee movie blind box figurines. The Bumblebee movie came out like 5-6 years ago, and they're doing blind boxes of it. But you know, they're kind of cool still. We've got Optimus Prime and Shattered Glass Optronics is what they're calling Shattered Glass Prime. Optimus has a 15% probability of getting, and Shattered Glass Prime has a 1.6%. And then you have Bumblebee and Shatterglass Goldblood, Soundwave, Shatterglass Soundwave, and Shockwave, and each of those have a 16.6% chance of getting it. So pretty much they want you to really try to buy everything to get Prime. And they look good for what they are. If you go look at the little statues, they're fine. They're like 4.5 centimeters tall, but I don't like blind bag stuff, so this would not be in my collection even if I was interested.
Same. I would be, with my luck, I would get 6 of one figure. If I bought 10, I get 6 of one and 4 of the other, and that would be my 2. And it would keep being that way. I mean, I guess it's great if you're, you know, that person who goes and trades things. And I know I've seen that at comic book stores sometimes, where in the back room people are playing games and trading stuff. So maybe that would be cool. But yeah, not gonna happen.
I never understood it from a collector's point of view. Kid toys, maybe these are pointed more towards kids. Makes sense. That's a fun little thing. But for collectors, I'm not putting money on a what if situation, personally.
I would be so mad.
Yeah. Especially if you wanted that Shatterglass Prime that has a 1.6% chance.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, let's move on. I think you need this for your Prime shelf. This is Transformers Earthspark Optimus Prime. It's a re-release of a Walmart exclusive Cyberverse Optimus Prime from 2018 with some slight deco changes. So again, we're seeing Hasbro not make new figures for Earthspark, but just repackage figures that honestly don't really look like the same characters. That being said, what do you think about this?
I like this trailer. Not for adult Bobby, but for kid Bobby, I probably would have, you know, enjoyed this. I don't remember, probably because I wasn't paying attention, but I don't remember the trailer. And it's pretty cool how it opens up, and all the stuff that's in there. So as kid Bobby, I would have probably wanted this. As adult
Yeah,
Bobby, not gonna happen.
I don't think you remember it because it is from Cyberverse, not from Earthspark.
That is definitely why I don't remember it.
Yeah. I hate how the trailer attaches to the truck.
Oh,
It just looks wrong. Like, I feel like they needed to be more cut off and it should have went in deeper because it looks really weird to me. I don't know why.
it's tabbed at the very end. It looks
Like on his toes. But
yeah.
again, it's for kids. They wouldn't notice that. The design's cool though, of the trailer itself.
Yeah, it looks like I can't think of a show, but it looks like it's like a big data center in there or something like that. Like, there's a lot going on in that truck. It doesn't look like the normal, 18-wheeler trailer.
Yeah. So I think you should get this. To
Not
go
gonna
with the
happen.
rest of your primes. We got a whole bunch of upgrade sets, so let's get through them kind of quickly. The first one is Go Better upgrades for Studio Series Rise of the Beast. And it really cleans up this alt mode. It took me a little while to figure out what it does, but it does look good. We'll have a better picture of how it cleans it up in the next slide. But if I did have this prime, I would probably pick this up. You could see all the kibble, how it just goes away.
Yes.
And I don't know why they didn't. It's simpler. The legs just look like they tabbed together now. And they should have just done that, honestly.
It looks 1,000 times better. And that's gosh, Hasbro.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, the simplest way to transform something is the best. And in bot mode, it looks marginally better.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Next up, we have Go Better's upgrade set for Shattered Glass Sideswipe. So it makes it look a little bit more like the original toy, which is appreciated. The blue looks like the wrong blue. And I don't love this figure enough to buy an upgrade set for it, personally. I think it's great. I love the teal. I love the gray. And if it was a masterpiece version and they came out with the upgrade set to make it look more like it, I'd totally be down. But as far as this one, I'm not gonna get it. It looks good though.
I don't remember the toy. I have to go and look. I wasn't moved by this kit. And not just because it's a filler kit, but the spoiler on the back, again, I don't remember what it looks like, so I have to go back and look. It
kind of like is two wings that clip over it. So it's all focused on the back in this kit when it was more spread out between like where the black windshield is to the back of the car.
Yeah.
The original one.
Yeah. I didn't mind this figure. I know, and actually I'm looking at it now. I didn't mind it at all. But I don't think I would invest in the upgrade kit. Same as you said.
Not this one. Yeah. If it maybe let it open up like wings like the original one, did, then I would be more interested. But this is just a look. Let's be honest, it's going to spend 95% of the time in bot mode. So why buy a vehicle specific kit? Anyways. Next, we have Rise of the Beast Scourge, and this is by Machine Capsule. So I guess that's a new brand. This better be cheaper than the DNA one because it looks worse than the DNA one in bot mode. But it's fine for what it is. I mean, I don't have much else to say. I hate that claw hand. I've always hated that claw hand on this Scourge.
I like the blades. Yeah. That's kind of cool. It looks really good. I like the colors. I like the definition in there. That's pretty much all I got for this figure.
Yeah. Next, we've got Funbee Studios Mistletoad RA for RID Slapper. I'm assuming this was part of the cartoon. I don't remember. I have not watched that cartoon in a long time. I actually have Slapper right here. And he does not want a missile on his back. So I will not be getting this. I will not be printing it. But it looks fine. I'm assuming it is some reference.
Well, this is actually a holiday ornament, so I thought you would actually like this.
It's a holiday ornament. It's just a
So
missile strapped to the back of a figure.
right, but it's for holiday purpose, so you can put it on your Christmas tree, or that's why they have the bow kind of tying it up and the hook on it, so you can actually hang it from your
Well,
Christmas tree.
I'm sure if I understood the reference, I would want it. That's my ignorance on why Slapper has a missile strapped to the back of him.
I saw it and I was like, I don't remember the show enough. I watched it, but I don't remember the show enough. And then I looked and I was like, oh, it's supposed to be a holiday kind of thing that they're doing. So you can put it on your Christmas tree, James, like you've put some of your other Transformers on your Christmas tree.
Not that one. That one's a little harder to get. So the next upgrade kit, we have an IDW Bumblebee Kane for the Gamer Bee. I don't understand this reference either, but I'm sure those of you that read the comics will be really interested in this, I hope. I just hate this Gamer Bee, no offense, but that torso is the worst looking thing that I think I've seen.
I did pick it up for its alt mode, and
the alt mode looks good.
I still like the alt mode. And I was looking at this as well, and reading the description that FunBee put out about it, there was like already kind of quirks in it that it doesn't, look good here. So it was almost like a thrown together thing. So I guess this is from the original version that this was supposed to be a thing, and they just did it for the re-release or the upgraded release, however you want to say it. But I don't have any connection to it either way, and I don't know why Bumblebee needs a cane.
Yeah, maybe he got hurt in battle. Next, we've got 115 Utopia's Nightbird kit. Looks fine. Even if it came with this, I probably wouldn't have picked up the figure.
Yeah, the wings big enough for you?
No. Next, we've got Tim Hedda's SS99 upgrade parts. So again, with some weapons for Novocaine. I don't remember the other one's name. And a chain. Looks fine. I have nothing to say about it.
I like the chain. I think it looks really good on there.
It does. It doesn't look bad. It needs a bendy wire through it, though.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Next, we've got another Tim Hedda SS81 upgrade parts, so you could make your Bumblebee movie Wheeljack look more like Prime Wheeljack. It's kind of cool. I like the options.
Yeah, and we reviewed the new. I can't remember who's doing it, but
it was a KO one.
Yeah, and so it made me think about Prime Wheeljack, and here we see something else for Prime Wheeljack. I like the way the swords look; those look really, really nice.
Yeah, it looks fine. Next, we've got Tim Hedda SS98 upgrade parts. So again, it's for the Cheetor, and this one actually has like fully articulated hands, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, it looks like some screws and bolts going into this kit.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
This is your favorite character from the movie, so I think you should definitely get this.
I mean, it's a really good design, but they're coming out with a KO of this figure, and we'll talk about that later. If I did a custom that I'll talk about a little bit, I would pick this up because I'd repaint it, but I have too much of a backlog, so that's not happening anytime soon. So, okay. But we'll talk about that later, a little bit of foreshadowing. But I think you need to get this to go with your MPM Bone Crusher. It took me about 5 minutes to figure out what we're looking at. Those are his little thingies. So, this is also by Tim Hedda. So, never heard of that brand before, but they're coming out swinging.
Yeah, so somebody in the comments a couple weeks ago maybe asked us if we reviewed this figure, and I said that James is more likely to pick this figure up than I am, and I still believe that. So as far as reviewing this figure, we have not reviewed it because I don't think either one of us have it, unless James is going to surprise me again that he has it.
I've seen this in stores multiple times. Like there was like 6 of them at one of the stores, and I was like, no, not for $150. It's just not what I want. Kind of, if they repainted it as a crab, I might pick it up. Not Rampage, but like some crab monster. that would make me want to get it more. But
Yeah.
not
So
this one.
so there's your review for it. Because I'm not picking this up, and I'm not going to say anything nice about this probably. So
No,
I will.
I can say something nice about it. It looks like the movie figure. It looks like what it looked like on screen. Whether or not you like that interpretation of a
Yeah,
Transformer
what
or
it
not,
is.
it looks like the same one. They did a good job with that. So there's no denying that.
It does, and that's how it looks good for what it is. But I'm not a movie collector, so
Let's keep it going. And we've got KO Triptychon. I guess it's called Poseidon. I couldn't find what company it was. It's delayed to the second quarter of 24. I think it's a downsized Titan class Triptychon.
that's what it looks like.
Right?
It looks,
Yeah.
yeah. And
So that's kind of cool.
I saw where they were comparing it to the Legend size Metroplex, and it's actually smaller than the Metroplex.
No, wow. So it's perfect for you. You should go pick it up then.
I will not be picking this up.
You will if it's like $30.
I probably won't. I don't. I would want a Triptychon to be the same size or close to the same size as the Metroplex, so I can have them stand off against each other. But I don't want Metroplex bullying, little kid Triptychon.
Oh well, just be so, what's it called, politically correct over there. Let's get into some updates. And the first thing is we've got a whole bunch of new images of Titan tidal wave. So we've been talking about this in the last few episodes, and the news keeps rolling out. And it's kind of funny that the news is rolling out now, because they waited till like March or April to show off Nemesis. So I kind of feel like something's going on. With maybe it has to do with them laying off 20% of their workforce. This artwork is really, really cool. I love it. I wish it didn't have that watermark on it, because I would totally use that as like a background to my, what's it called? My computer or phone or something, because that is really cool. But let's talk about it. So I guess it's super articulated. They said it has waist, ankle, wrist, and neck joints, which seems kind of normal. But I guess it has clever butterfly joints, which I'm really interested to see how that works, because that's kind of cool. Let's talk about the turrets. So all 8 turrets can be articulated and pointed. It doesn't have that thing where they all move at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So because it's so articulated, to get it into the boat mode, you'd have to take it apart and put it back together. So to avoid it being called a parts former, they made up this random city mode. So, it's not a parts former anymore.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, it's still a parts former. I have nothing wrong with parts formers, but like that does not get away from being called a parts former when that's the mode nobody's gonna use.
Well, honestly, I think of this as a parts former to some degree anyway, because it's 3 pieces that form him anyway.
That's like one of his main gimmicks. I felt as a kid that was fun to flip in between all the different modes and stuff.
Yeah. And honestly, though, the base mode doesn't look bad.
It does look a little good. It looks probably one of the best base modes. It doesn't look too lazy.
No, I mean, there's ramps, and it looks fine to me, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
I think this looks good. Let's keep going. So here's a scale picture. It's about what we expected. It's a little smaller than the other ones, which I'm okay with. I don't think this should be a gigantic figure, which is why I'm also leaning towards Fans Hobby. But who knows? I might still pick this up, like we talked about last time. It also has, what is this? Burning Megatron, as it's called. So it has different pieces that come off to go onto it, so they scale appropriately. So they gave it extra feet if you see the combined mode right there. But I also guess because the gray parts are part of his hands, it changes them. And then you get little midget hands when he's in Burning Megatron mode. And they did it so, you can't say he's handless. He has hands. But I'm like, that looks really bad. Yeah. But not even the whole finger, only like the nub.
Yeah. This is my
A
strong
pinky. It's just
hand.
pinky. Yeah. So I appreciate them trying to do something, but you know,
Hmm.
it doesn't do it for me.
I'm really trying to like this figure. I'm trying to talk myself into purchasing this figure. I don't know if I'm going to, quite
Well,
honestly.
and I think with you, the big thing is fans hobbies coming out with figures
Well,
that are already in scale that you already own. That didn't make sense. And it scales with figures you already own.
right.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, you know, I'm trying. I'm trying to find something. It's more so the I'm curious about the cost in
yeah.
particular.
Hmm.
I really want to know what the cost is. We saw the size, and so it's shorter than the other two Titans that I have, recent ones. It's kind of cool with the base mode. Like I said, I do like the base mode. I don't like these fingers things. I just need to see more. I don't
Yeah.
know if I love it
Yeah,
or
and
like it.
I was thinking about this, or I was reading some stuff, and it made me think about it. It doesn't have its minicon. It doesn't have Ramjet. Don't worry about the name. I don't want to hear why you're mad that they called it Ramjet. But it doesn't have Ramjet, and it doesn't have that thing on the aircraft carrier. I don't know if you remember the original one that comes up and Ramjet like comes out of him and like it flies off. That was so cool when I was a kid, and it doesn't do that. And I'm kind of like, if you're gonna do a figure this big, I get not giving it to us on the deluxe figures, but Sparkplug should have came with Armada Prime, and this one should have came with the other one. It wouldn't have costed too much more, and it would have made everybody so much happier.
Now, I agree with you. What would be cool of them to do if they were to release like a 3-pack of these of the mini
Yes,
cons that we're missing? That would be kind of cool
yes,
because it would make up for Hasbro not doing it. It would be something that I think people would buy and be excited about buying. And I'll
yeah.
leave it
They
at
they
that.
could they could do Swindle, Sparkplug, and Ramjet because they already released Jolt, you know,
Right.
and then that would have been Starscream, Prime, and now Tidal Wave. Oh, and I guess Leader One should be in there as well somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some work to do, but I see that as a way, or if they did like if you didn't do it, maybe 2 packs, for
Yeah.
10
Autobots
or
and
for 12,
Decepticons or
yeah, for like
something if you
12
could.
bucks,
Yeah.
or actually
Yeah.
do an Autobot and a Decepticon, and so you
Yeah,
can
that
have,
works too.
and maybe at 12 bucks or something like that, maybe 15, with the way their prices are going up, but I think that would be something that would be very enticing, and that would maybe make you a little bit happier.
Yeah, honestly, if they did that, I'd probably just buy the mini cons by themselves, even though I don't have the figures. Because I like my mini cons. So
Yeah. I'm curious to see how much this costs still. I mean,
hopefully we'll see soon.
I would probably be waiting for major sales. Or I'd
Yeah,
be pissed
because
off that this was one of those Titans that everybody wanted and bought and you can't
it
find it
sells out like
anywhere.
this.
Yes.
Everyone has gone on sale since, so I probably will wait. Okay, let's keep going. Let's move on to one just for Bobby. I know he's very excited for this one, and that is Crimson Flame, the Year of the Dragon Transformer. Look at that packaging. That is primo packaging right there.
Yeah. I like the weapon he's holding.
Uh,
That's
yeah,
kind of cool.
I have a picture of just the weapon, but I've got to say, like, this packaging is very underwhelming. It's very underwhelming. Like they could have done some dragon design on it or something, but they didn't. Um, this is a mold from 2013, if not earlier. Yeah, the new weapons are cool, and the stand is really cool. Oh, and these images are via Pixel Master for TFW. So I like these, and I could be completely wrong, but I feel like the three barrels look like the firework shooters. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, like they remind me of Mulan when
Mulan.
they're
Yep.
shooting the fireworks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. They could just be a gun, but you know, I think that's cool. But this does not do it for me.
Yeah. I'm so not picking this up.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. I don't like. Actually, I don't like any of the figures that are there. Oops, did I say that out loud?
You don't even like the what is that? The combiner in the background? The G1 combiner?
I'm not even familiar with what combiner that is.
You're supposed to like all it, I think it's I can't see what it is, but I think it's 6 train or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Bobby, you don't like G1 figures anymore. What's what's wrong with you? Next, we've got Laser Cat's SD Optimus from ROTB. This looks a lot better than the one you got. I'm sorry, Bobby. It looks really cool in these modes. We have the alt mode, but anything you want to say about this?
I love the eyes. I'm happy with my my little guy. I can't even remember his name. Truck Boy, I think it is. I do like him. You know, this looks, it does look better.
Yeah.
But I do like my Truck Boy as well.
I don't like it with the mask off. I forgot to say that. If you look at when he's wearing the gun, they took off the mask. I don't like that. But the masked version looks really nice. The truck is also very, very nice. I don't understand how it's. I was gonna say I don't know why it's cleaner than Hasbro's attempt at the same thing.
I was comparing it to Truck Boy. It's cleaner than Truck Boy.
I was comparing it to Hasbro, but I really like it. I like that the tires are so tiny. It kind of adds with the SD aesthetic.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it does. I don't know if I'm going to pick this up or not. This would probably be the closest I get to picking up Rise of the Beast figure if I was going to.
And here's a scale for you. I guess they didn't want to promote other companies, so they put little cat faces in front of them. But it is quite a big figure. Yeah, you know what? I think if it's reasonable, you should get it. It could be your one movie bot on your shelf, and it would still go in with all your SD bots.
I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but I still think Truck Boy's cute, and
he is cute.
This one is, you know, bigger. We can definitely see how much bigger it is. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to pick this up or not.
Yeah, I mean, if they come out Nemesis decos and the price is right, I might. But I've been pretty fickle on buying stuff lately, so we'll see.
You have.
Next, we've got DNA DK43 SSGE03 upgrade set for the Gamer Prime. So it comes in all those colors. I kind of want the individual axes, but I probably won't because they look very iconic to this Prime. But it comes with a lot of stuff. So if you have this Prime, I would be picking it up. You like the blue one?
I like the blue one and the purple one.
I think the blue one would look really cool with an Ultra Magnus. And I think the purple one would look really cool with some sort of Decepticon.
Yeah, I like those a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not picking this up, but I do like those a lot.
Next, we've got a Unique Toys Dino. I don't remember this figure's original name, and I guess he has little whips. So I guess it's something he did in the movie. I don't remember. But if I was a movie fan and I could probably tell you the timestamp of when he did this, I would be very excited.
This makes it really cool. Now, again, with some of the stuff that Funbeast Studios has come out with that are reminiscent of the 86 movie, I love it. So while I don't like the Bayverse movies, I understand when people go gaga over these types of things for those figures, because it's reminiscent of what Transformers means to you. So I think these are really cool add-ons. Again, like you, I don't remember that part of the movie. I couldn't tell you what movie it came from, but it's kind of cool. I would, if I
Yeah,
was
it
getting this
is.
figure, I'd probably look into buying these.
Yeah, me too. Well, no, they come with them. I think the figure comes with it.
Oh,
It's an
I thought this.
accessory.
Oh, I thought this was his add-on. Oh, yeah, then that's really
No,
cool. Then
no.
yeah, I definitely
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Good job.
I could be wrong, but that's what I gathered from it.
No, good
So,
job then. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's really cool. I thought it was an add-on. Okay, good job. Neat toys.
Next, we have Byland's Jetfire. So this is the Legends Jetfire. Looks like a big boy. And just like that Bone Crusher, it looks like the movie.
Yeah,
Here it is in jet mode, which I do like this jet. I think this is really cool.
I've always liked the stealth bomber.
I just,
Or not,
you know,
not stealth bomber.
I always looks like the X Jet to me, or whatever
The
they
X-Jet,
call it
yeah.
in X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blackbird. There we go.
Blackbird, yes.
I would totally buy this if it turned into a G1 figure. No offense. I don't want an old man Jetfire in my collection. It just has no place. And here's the combined mode. So it does grow quite a bit. That's how, you know. Again, if I was into Legends and movies, this would probably be a must-have. I do remember this from the movie.
I do remember it as well. I think, and again, this was what I didn't like about the movie, was the old man Jetfire. I was just like, what is this? It lost me. Him with the cane and all that, it just lost me. I love the scale of this. You know, when you see a rig next to a jet, this is, you know, what it should look like, and I like that. I like how big it is. And honestly, as you said, if I was a movie collector, if I was a dabbler in movie legend size, I would be picking this up.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's move into a few things. Let's finish off these updates with everything for you. I know you were probably excited about these things because you've been excited before, and that is TOYSEASY's YW2301CV16 Liaoning Shandong Carrier. And I'm not joking, both of these last ones are all for you. It's not Legends. I mean, I guess this could be Legend size when you think about it. It would make sense.
No, it's not that small.
With the little guys with the giant ship combiner, the scale kind of works. I mean,
yeah.
You know,
no.
I think that would look cool on the shelf. Anyways, I think this is their best one yet. The color separation is really nice with the red and the black and the gray. It's not all one color. It's a little bit of everything. I like the wing things over it. The head looks cool. So I like this. I won't be picking it up because they left such a bad taste in my mouth for the first one that came out. But I know you will be picking this up. We do have pictures of the rest of it. So what do you have to say about this box?
This is probably my favorite one so far. I think I can't disagree with you at all. I like the red. I like the ramps on his arm. That's, you know, that's kind of cool. And then it's also kind of the back part on his back, the wings on his back. So I like the way these figures actually look in all and bot mode. The transformation of the first one was a little wonky, a lot wonky. Let me not even say a little. And that's what you didn't really like. The second one was better. The other one they did that is like a samurai, that one was better. So they're getting better with each one. So I'm only hoping that they continue, and this one is the best so far.
Yep. And I really like what they did with the sub, where it could split in half and become like fusion cannons, for lack of a better term. I think that's really cool. The alt mode also looks pretty good. So I have no complaints about this figure. If they released this one first, I might have been more inclined to continue with the set.
Well, which isn't shown here, and this is something that's going to make me look at my pre-order. There's a kind of a limited, yes, that's what I was just looking at. There's an edition that comes with all these things. Unfortunately, with the first one I bought, it didn't come with all the accessories and things, and I was a little disappointed about that. But the everyone since has, so I want to make sure that the one I have pre-ordered comes with all these things, because it will look really cool on that ship.
I agree. and it has like these, if you look at the bottom, like these little guns shooting off that you could put on it. I think that's what that's supposed to be,
Yeah,
which I think
yeah,
looks pretty cool.
yeah. The samurai ship, the exclusive one did have all those, and so it has like a lot of blast effects
Yeah.
for all the guns on there, and it looks really really good.
Yeah. And here's the combine mode. So I don't quite know what they're trying to show with that first picture with the helmet like coming off. But you could take the helmet off if you want. But this looks good. I again have no complaints. I don't really know how the legs are gonna combine into that, so I'm kind of interested to see like where the hips are. Does that make sense? It looks just
Yeah.
like one block, and I'm interested to see where the flaps are. But yeah, I think
Maybe,
this looks decent. I really like the back things of the ship just hanging off of the back. I think that makes it have a really cool silhouette.
yeah, I'm curious. Again, I think they're improving with each and every bot, and this combiner. I love how much red is in this combiner and how it breaks up that gray. It's like a lot of gray in the chest part, but then you have a dash of red in there to break it up, and then you go to the waist part and you can see the red in the crotch area. You can see the red down the middle, the red on the sides, and then on his shoulders again, it's a lot of gray, but there's enough red in there to break it up. Not to mention the head. So I think that this is doing something that the aerial bots that we're getting from Dream Dreamstar
Dreamstar, yeah,
Dreamstar, you know, is lacking because of something you've complained about is all the silver. And I actually have one around here somewhere. And so I think that this is doing a good job with breaking that up, where you can kind of see the differences in the bots and the figures, and then in some detail in bot mode, or excuse me, in combined mode.
yeah, I agree. Let's move on to something else that's all for you that you're, I don't, well, with these new images, I don't know if you're going to be as excited about. And that's Stegosero from CANG Toys. It'll be shipping at the end of January of 2024. Now, I think these pictures are a little bit of a shock because this is not a Dinobot anymore with these colors. What do you think?
Well, I like the colors. I don't like them as Dinobot colors. But I'm not somebody who likes, let me not say likes. I didn't grow up with Dinobots combining. So this being a combiner in these colors separate, and the dino, this doesn't look like, the Dinobots that I know of. So these are the cousins of the Dinobots in my world, in my mind. So I'm okay with it. They are very close to going Predaking-ish though.
Yes, so I think this looks really nice in these colors, and I would make these guys Decepticons in my universe. I would like to get into it, but I don't know, one, if I have the budget to go on another 6-part Kang Toys combiner. 2, I don't know if I would want to do it, but it does look really good. And here's like the size. It's pretty much what we expected. Looks like the same size as like the arm bots. And this looks better in color. It doesn't look horrible. The beak head doesn't look as awkward. I like that it's more gold than black, which is kind of the opposite in bot mode.
Mhm.
If you kind of understand, I like the guns on the back. So I think this thing's really cool. I'd love to get it, but maybe one day, because I'm really interested to see what that swoop or whatever it's going to be looks like in those colors.
I like how stocky it is as well.
Mhm.
It's very very stocky. I love like the short legs, and it's very thick. It looks like a rabid dog, more so. That's what it looks like, But I'm in on this. I'm happy that I was very happy with the Predaking, even though those points poke the crap out of me when combining it. These these spikes on this don't look as sharp, Well, actually, I take that back. Some of them do. So I'm in on this. I'm curious to see what all the other components look like. But this also, when we were looking at it before in the grayscale, it looked thin, and it looks stocky here. So
Yeah,
hopefully, I mean, it probably
the
still
color,
is be thin, but it does look stockier here.
the colors really add a lot to it. So
Mhm.
wait to see this in Bobby's collection. They had no combined mode pictures, probably because the feet are sold separately. But I'm interested to see what this will look like in leg mode in color.
Yes.
I'm really interested to see what this whole thing looks like because this is not a Dinobot with this color
No.
scheme at
Not at
all.
all.
At
Not at
all.
all.
All right, let's talk
And that's
about what's
something we
incoming.
were worrying about.
Yes. We've got Studio Series 109, TF Bumblebee, Megatron. It's out in a few places. These pictures are via William Wong. So it looks okay for a Hasbro figure. Let me take that back. It looks good for a Hasbro figure. It's just too small.
I could be totally wrong. Maybe I was dreaming, but I think I saw this in the store like 2 days ago. And
Really?
again, I think I could have been, like I said, I might have been dreaming, but I remember seeing a Bumblebee Megatron, and I could have swore it was in either Target or Walmart. Again, I could be wrong. It's probably definitely not going to be there now, because my neighbor Mike will probably go pick it up. Shout out to Mike. But I don't know if this is in store. I'm not gonna pick it up, clearly, because if I saw it, I didn't pick it up. But I'll check again. I have to go back out tomorrow, so I'll check and see.
Yeah, with this, I mean, I wouldn't mind picking it up, but like, it's just too small. I mean, and I
I'll
have
grab
nowhere to
it for
put it.
you if you want it.
No,
If I see it.
go ahead and grab it for me, and just don't charge me for it, and we'll call it good. But it is quite posable, which I do like.
I do like that.
I almost thought it had an ab crunch, and if it had an ab crunch, I probably would pick it up. I don't think it does, though. Please let me know if it does below, but I don't think Hasbro would put the engineering into that. But it looks fine. It looks okay. It doesn't. I've seen worse jet modes. I'm just gonna say that.
I sound like I'm flip-flopping now, because the last time we saw it in jet mode, it looked okay. The first time we saw it, it looked bad. The second time it looked okay. It's back to looking bad to me again, at this angle. So,
and it looks fine. I mean, they should have picked one jet mode, or excuse me, one alt mode, and just went with that. I think that would have been a much better course of action, instead of getting two half-assed modes.
Yeah. This is a pass for me. I mean, it would forever stay in bot mode if I had this. I don't even know.
The way I'm looking at it is, it looks like a fun fiddle bot to be like watching a movie with and just transforming it back and forth mindlessly. But I'm not. If this was Voyager class, honestly, I probably would be picking it up. I think this would be good for $35, but 55, 60, 65 with tax is too much.
Not gonna happen.
Next, like I said, we've got Transformers Rise of the Beast Cheetor. So one of our commenters, and excuse me, I cannot remember which one it is, said to repaint this as Cataclysm from the old BotCon comics. I know you probably don't even know who Cataclysm is, and I totally want to do that. I just have too much on my plate, but I would buy this KO and repaint it as Cataclysm. I think that would be really cool. And this is why I would have gotten the upgrade set, was for that repaint.
And who makes this KO?
Black Mamba. So it's a good KO brand.
I didn't hear you say that, and I know sometimes
I might not have. It's $25, so I think that is a reasonable price for this figure. 35 is a little too much, but 25.
25 would be good. 25 would be good. I'm not picking it up, but 25 would be good.
Yeah, and I can see why they changed out the feet now that I see it, because those are little stubby toes. Black Mamba is also doing their Tarn. This is DJD01 Tarn. It's $46. The price is released. It's coming out soon. It's a little too blue for my blood. I was hoping 35, Voyager priced. But it looks nice, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are happy to get this.
He says 45?
46, $45.99.
And it's upscaled?
Upscale to leader size. He's about as big as MP Optimus.
I'm trying to... I'm looking at my Tarn. I don't know. Maybe.
I just wish they updated like the hands. They gave him more posable hands and stuff like that. And just if it had posable hands, maybe a little bit more posability here and there, a little bit more upgrades. Even if it was a little more expensive, I might have picked it up. And I think there's lights in it. Don't quote me on that, Bobby. But I think there's lights in it.
I think there are lights in it as well.
And I know that you're a sucker for that.
I know and I don't know why. It's not like I put the batteries in and they're on the shelf and I don't turn them on, but it's just possibility. The art of the possibility.
Yeah. So it looks good though. So I'll be expecting to see this in your haul sometime soon.
I don't know.
Let's get what's recently released. And the first thing is YOLO Parks AMK Series G1 Megatron, the purple version. So we talked about this before. I think it was already out, but I'm seeing a little bit more of it. And I think it's really cool. These pictures are from TFW user Omniscient Being. And they put like the normal Megatron and they took off parts and mixed it with the purple one to where it looks like he's transferring over. And that looks really, really cool.
I totally agree. I like excuse me. I always liked that picture, that scene in the movie when he was transforming to Galvatron. That was very, very cool. So I love it. Not picking it up, but I love it.
You have to pick up both of them if you wanted it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do
finally, we have fourth party G1 Triple Changer Octane. Do you have this or are you picking this up?
I do have it. And I will not be picking it up, but it's just amazing how far we've come from G1 to where we're at now with third party and masterpiece scale. So I do like it. This was like everything as a kid, and just laughing because I had no idea what was to come in the future.
Yeah, I love their airbrushing of the Decepticon symbols.
Yeah.
like that makes it better, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's everything we have for you today. We hope you guys enjoyed it. And Bobby, why don't you tell them what they need to do?
Well, first, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, please click that notification bell so you will find out when we have other content coming up besides the news. And let's see here. I think I covered everything. Oh, go to Chosen Prime. Check out anything that we've talked about if you haven't already. And also stay tuned because we have some news coming out about our 1,000 subscribers. We definitely have some memberships that we're going to talk to you about, as subscriber Duke Nukem has asked about. So we really want to have that happen, and we're actually going to probably do a live show coming up, and so we would love to have you take part in that. So I think I covered everything. Did I miss anything?
I think you did. We're still working out the kinks and all that. Stay tuned. Everything's in the process, and you guys will be the first to know as long as you watch our videos.
Yes. So we really do appreciate it. Anything else from you, James?
No, I'm good. I just want to say thank you guys for being you, and we'll see you very soon.
Yes, as always, till all debates are won. Shatterglass Bobby is out.